Today, we're going to talk about 5 credit card myths that I think needs to be addressed because I think these myths are possibly keeping you from enjoying some awesome credit card benefits. So, with that being said, let's tap in, let's get into it. Before we get into the video, I want to announce a giveaway. Listen, I want to help you on your journey, so I will be giving away one of these options to a blessed winner. You can choose a 1 hour coaching call on real estate, or you can choose a 1 hour coaching call on how to grow your monthly income. You can also choose a month to attend 2 of my classes that are held monthly on real estate. First winner will be announced once we've reached 100 subs. All you have to do to enter is subscribe and leave a comment below. I look forward to announcing the winner on our giveaway live, so stay tuned. Now, on to the video. Let's hop right into myth number 1. Keeping a credit card balance will help my credit score. Listen, I would never tell anybody to keep a credit card balance. Why? Because you will always end up paying interest on the balance that you carry over. Let me quickly explain. If you spend money on a credit card and then the billing cycle ends, you owe the money at the end of that billing cycle. And the credit card company then gives you an option to pay a minimum payment or pay a full payment. I always recommend paying the balance off in full every single month. Why is that? Because if you don't pay the balance off at the end of every single month, your rewards will be impacted, whether that's points, whether that's cash back, and you'll end up paying interest on that balance that's owed after you pay the minimum payment or any payment other than the full balance. So it will not assist your credit score by you paying interest on your balance every single month. So I always recommend that you pay your card off in full every single month so that you can reap the rewards, so that you can reap the cash back, so that you can reap the points. And the other thing that's most important and what the credit bureaus look at is the payment history. Yes, you'll get benefits if you pay the minimum payment, but if you stick with the discipline of paying off your bill every single month, your credit card points won't get diminished and your cash back won't get diminished, because it gets diminished when you pay that extra in interest every single month when you don't have to. So the most important thing that credit bureaus look at is your payment history. So why not pay the full balance rather than just the minimum balance, so that you won't have to pay any extra money? You won't have to pay more than what you pay for already anyway. Why would you pay $50 for an item that costs $45? Why would you do that? That's just extra money that you don't have to pay. So, myth number 1, keeping a credit card balance helps your credit score. No, it only diminishes your rewards balances and your cash back balances, all because you're paying additional interest because you're holding that balance. Pay your credit card off in full every single month. Myth number 2, old credit cards don't help my credit score. I always recommend that people keep these cards, especially if there's a no annual fee, if it's a no annual fee card. A lot of people like to close these accounts because a lot of times they end up getting better cards and they end up not using them. And so if you're first starting out, your credit age is one of the more important things that you have on your credit on your credit score. And so if you're in your beginning stages or even in a 5 to 10 year phase of building your credit card or your credit history, I recommend that you keep those old credit cards because it helps with your credit age, which helps boost your credit score. Don't get into the idea that you just close your oldest account because you no longer need it. Because what also happens is you got to understand that another additional part of your credit score involves credit utilization. And if you cancel that credit card, it will reduce the amount of available credit that you have, will and then in turn lower your credit utilization, or the available pool of money that you have to affect that utilization percentage every single month. So let me give you a quick example. If you have $15,000 in available credit through three cards, and your oldest credit card is worth maybe $2,000 in the credit limit, what'll end up happening is once you close that account, your credit utilization will go from 15,000 to 13,000. And if you're constantly spending $7,000 every single month on those credit cards, when the bill cycle becomes due, what ends up happening is now your credit card your credit utilization now goes from 30% to 50%, all because you decided to cancel that card. And it's always better to have a lower utilization rate, because if you have a lower utilization rate, that boosts your credit score. So the myth is that having old credit cards don't help your credit score. And the truth is it actually does, because you're able to keep that credit card limit, which aids in your overall credit limit availability. And it helps with the credit age of your accounts on your credit score. That also helps boost your credit score. So yes, keeping older credit cards does help your credit score. Are you enjoying this video? Is this information beneficial to you in any way? Well, if it is, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that share. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and follow. And if you would be so kind, go ahead and hit that notification bell so that you can be alerted every single time I post a new video. So, you ready to learn about some more things? Let's get into it. Myth number three, you spend more money when you use a debit card. Now, I know a lot of you are already saying, aren't there studies out there that show that when you use a credit card, you spend more money? Yes. But what I'm going to say to you is just because that's true for some does not mean that that's true for all. And how do I know this? Because of an individual like myself who only uses his credit card just like he would his debit card, or if I have cash. I'm not going to spend more on my credit card that I wouldn't do if I had used my debit card or using cash. I've set up a behavioral pattern and a habit for myself, so much so that I only use that card when I know I have the money to spend. And so that's how I know that that's true for some, but that's not true for all. And this is why it's a myth, because it's not true for everybody. And using a credit card does not cause you to spend more money. What causes you to spend more money is your lack of discipline and your desires and the things that you want to do. So, let's get rid of that myth. Using a credit card does not cause you to spend more money. Myth number four, credit cards will get me into debt. Listen, credit cards are just simply a tool that can be used. It's not the credit card themselves that can get you into debt. It is the misuse of the credit card that can get you in the debt. It is your perspective around the credit card that can get you into debt. Listen, if you just use a credit card haphazardly without taking accountability for the ability to pay it back, then that mentality will be the thing that gets you into debt. However, if you use a credit card just like you do a debit card, you can find yourself experiencing benefits with credit card reward programs, credit card cashback programs that you've never imagined, all because you utilize the credit card as a tool and changed your mentality and your perspective about it. And you used it with discipline so that whenever you used it, you paid it off and you didn't spend any extra money that you didn't have in the first place. Myth number five, you should only be paying your minimum payment. Listen, a lot of people have the mentality that all they ask me to do is pay the minimum payment. Yeah, that may be all that they asked of you. However, how much did you actually borrow or how much did you actually use? That is the amount that you should pay every single month. And why? I'm going to explain it one more time. Because if you don't pay your full balance every single month, you will begin to pay interest on the extra amount that you didn't pay on. And if you pay that extra amount, it will begin to negatively affect your your cashback, your points rewards systems, all of that stuff. When you begin to pay extra in interest, you might as well not even have points or cashback, because that's all going to diminish because you're taking extra money from yourself and putting it on this card where you could have just paid the full balance to begin with. So Don't be one of these individuals that say, yeah, only thing that I need to do is pay my minimum payment. Yeah, that may be what they're asking of you because they're depending on you to just pay that minimum payment so that they can charge you more in interest so that they can make more money. However, if you pay off your balance every single month and don't have the mentality to just pay your minimum payment, you will be able to utilize the credit card rewards points and the cash back to full benefit because you dispelled this myth. On top of all of those things, the credit card interest rate is astronomical to begin with. So why would you want to pay that astronomical interest rate on a balance owed when you can just simply pay that balance off? Listen, don't pay the minimum payment. Pay your balance off in full every single month. So, with all the myths that we discussed today, I hope it cleared up a little bit of misunderstanding that you may have had concerning credit cards. Did you learn anything today? Did you get anything out of the video today? If you did, I appreciate you getting down in the comment section and let's start a discussion about some of the things that we talked about today. Also, check some of the links out in my description and in the comment section so that you can get involved and so that you can take advantage of some of the things that we have available to you. We have coaching calls, we have real estate classes, we have links to credit cards if you want to apply for some and take advantage of some of these benefits that we talked about today. Go ahead and check them out and see if it's going to be something that's for you. I appreciate you checking out this video today, and I'll see y'all in the next video.
Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. Peace.